Good morning. So today has been already one of those days where it's like, wow, I've been praying and asking for guidance and trying to keep moving forward from things from the past. And I went to the store real quick, came back, and when I came back, this was on the sidewalk, and it was like an angel confirmation of, I got you. Don't worry about it. And it made me go, it actually changed my whole entire mood that I've been in because I've been so exhausted. I even woke up to my son just, he is burnt out. Everyone around me is burnt out. And then who has to keep it all together? When you're the person that keeps it all together for everybody, you can't let them see your burnout. You can't let them feel the pressure they're putting on you. That's how you feel as a person that is the giver, the caregiver, the piece, the glue, that says, okay, we all got to stay strong. And when it comes down to it, you pass that out, You're over here going, oh, I don't have anything left for me. And that's where that prayer comes in. That's where that asking for guidance. That's where we have to start going, so what do I need to do for me in order to keep being the one that doesn't fall apart? Because if I fall apart, my whole world falls apart. And everything in this world is a reflection of who we are. And it's when you're going through emotional turmoil, you're going through understanding, especially when it comes down to family and long term friends and things are falling away from you, it gets easy to go, I don't want to do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I'm exhausted. But the more that you get exhausted and give into that, it keeps coming harder and harder. And you're like, I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to do anymore. I don't want to live another day. And it's that poor pitiful me mentality, and it's hard to get out of that, especially once you're in that. And like I said, that one little thing, this one little thing, that confirmation. And then when I came in the backyard, there was two hawks flying over the house. And then there was an owl hooting in the trees, and I'm like, the birds are just talking today, and it's almost like, remember who you are, remember that power. And then I heard back in the saddle again, and it was like, get back to what needs to be done. And yesterday was get back to the basics, and now it's kind of like, all right, now we're putting some fuel in the tank. Okay, we're going to get going again. We have to remind ourselves, especially when we are the band-aid, the glue, the whatever that everybody else needs. We have to be that for ourselves. And a lot of times that means you have to step back and just accept everything that's happened for what it is. There's not going to be closure. There's not going to be an explanation. There's not going to necessarily be understanding. Instead, it has to be, okay, this is for my highest good. I understand that now. Now, instead of keep going through the luggage that's full of mold and damaged and worthless, leave the bag and walk away. Go back to living your life the way that you need to live your life. And it's hard, especially when you've been the caretaker, you've been the giver. That's all we know to do, is to just keep giving and giving. But when it gets to a point you're giving and it's just being tossed out, you're draining yourself. And I've had to learn, and I'm here to remind you, it's okay to take a step back and go, I can't do for you today. I can't encourage you today. I can't be here for anybody other than myself because I'm even at a breaking point. But a lot of times that breaking point is the breakthrough. It's just like when an egg is being hatched. There's that point where there's that little hole that leads to a crack that, oh my God, there's so much space now. I'm not constricted anymore. And now I'm in this new form, this new environment, this new situation that's going to allow me to grow and prosper and become bigger and more of what I'm supposed to be. And it's hard when you deal with small-minded people, especially those that want to keep you caged in, those that don't know that you're not even in competition with them. You know, they want to say, well, if you move forward without me, then that means I was holding you back. You got to find the courage to say, I'm not leaving you behind. You're not choosing to come. And order for people to come with you, they have to do the work. They have to grow as you're leveling up. You can't drag everybody and everything along with you. That's not your purpose. Your purpose is to understand that you're here to mold your world. You're here to find your path. You're here to live your purpose. And a lot of times your purpose, it can benefit others around you. But if they're not in alignment with what is around you, then they have to be ejected from the situation. And on the backside from that, there are more entities that will enter your world that are there to help you continue on your path and level up. But if you keep trying to hold on to what is back there, then all of a sudden, you're stuck. You don't get to move forward. You can't go back. Where you're at is uncomfortable. Everything starts closing in. Everybody starts getting tired. People start pecking at you like they're vultures, you know, that I need, I want, I feel, I have, I don't, I just close it off. Their world does not have to contaminate yours. And what they're saying to you, what they're asking of you, if you can find the pattern in that, then you can see what it is that is holding you back. And like I said, I've spent a lot of time praying and asking for that guidance on that path. I've strayed very far. I won't say very far, but I have strayed from the path in which I was on based on what was going on around me. Instead of blocking out the noise, I allowed the noise to become so overwhelming that it was like, I can't do this anymore. I don't understand. And instead of trying to fix the situation like I used to, I just had to say, you know what? You do you, I'ma do me. And it's funny when we're in relationships, romantic relationships, and we're going to break up with somebody and all the damage has been done, right? It's easy to say, you know what, screw you, you did this to me. Oh, and just go off on people. But when it comes down to family and people that have possibly done more damage than that one relationship that you had where you could blow up, it's harder to push them to the side and say, you know, this just isn't for me. And a lot of times we blow up not realizing we don't have to blow up because what we're saying isn't heard in the first place. It's just lowering our vibration. It's bringing us back down a notch. And people will do that by gaslighting you. People will do that by excluding you. People will do that by trying to ruin your character with others around you to isolate you. When push comes to shove, don't let any of that affect you. Because regardless of what's going on, you have to remember that if we put this in the concept of the devil is making plans to knock you off of a high horse you didn't necessarily put yourself on. But when it comes to the final countdown, we'll say, when it comes to that, this is the finale, no matter what was planned to stop you, block you, push you back, there was a bigger plan in place to help you burst out and say, you know what? Everything you said and did didn't do anything to me. If anything, it empowered me to realize what I have within me. Because it's what I believe about myself. It's how I speak about myself. It's how I define myself that creates the person I am. Because what we do when no one is looking is what builds character. It's when we have that mask on and we put on a charade for everybody around us that turns around. That's the falsity of life. If people can accept you only when you're wearing a mask, you don't need those people in your life because those people are making you act out of character. They're actually putting you in a position of saying, I'm not going to accept you with boundaries. Instead, I'm going to only accept you if you can take part in my play. This is your show. This is your life. So don't keep putting on the mask to be a character in someone else's story. Instead, realize you're writing your story. If you stop writing your story, you're reading someone else's script. And if you're reading someone else's script, you are allowing all of your power to go to them. You're allowing everything you have to offer the world and yourself to go to another form that is going to abuse or misuse whatever it is that you are giving towards them. That energy that you are expending is now being wasted on something that is fruitless for your life. So you have to understand, okay, now it's about me again. Remind yourself that. Now it's about you again. It's not about what anybody can give you. It's not about, well, I have to give this to get that. This isn't a bargaining system. This is my life. This is my happiness. This is my destination. Remind yourself you're in charge of your situation. The only thing you can have any control of is yourself. The only thing you can make changes for that will better your life, that's for you. If you keep giving away what you have, you're going to forget the power you have within you. And when you forget that, that's when you're easily manipulated. That's when I don't want to get out of bed. Somebody, please take me out. I don't want to do this anymore. Because when you give it all away, you don't have any fuel left to navigate your own vessel. So don't forget who you are, what you stand for, where you're going, and where you come from. Because I promise you, everybody else will take everything away from you and deny that they did anything wrong to you. You deserve better, expect better, demand better. And if they don't like your boundaries, they're part of the problem. So make your boundaries so you don't have to build walls, and understand that it's okay to say, I deserve more than what you're giving me. And you know what? As a matter of fact, I'm not going to tolerate this. So just giving you back some of your power today. Peace, love, and light. Bye.